To create an ELA Schoolnet assessment is you want to go find your passage. So I'm going to click on this little drop down, and I'm actually going to scroll down, and I want to find a passage with linked items. All right, so if you do it this way, you'll find passages with multiple items instead of finding just questions randomly. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to take me to my search result and choose these individually, or I can decide to go down here to all filters. So when I click all filters, it'll bring up all the different parameters that I can choose. So I'm going to select my banks, and I'm going to select Certica. It is aligned with the North Carolina standards, and I'm also going to select the classroom bank. Then I'm going to select my subject. So this is going to be English Language Arts, and my grade level. So I'm going to choose 4th grade. And I'm going to select my standards, but before that, I have options about selecting or filtering by item type. So if you just wanted multiple choice, you can choose that. And if you wanted only certain passages, so if you just want to search for poems or just search for science, social science, or whatever, you can do that. And you can also choose only English. So just in case, they did separate the Certica into Spanish and English, but just in case, you can choose the passage language. You have some other options here with the lexile range, item properties, and item statistics. I'm going to leave all that blank, and I'm going to click back up here and select my standards. So since I already had that, it should default to English Language Arts 4th grade. So if you click on the little arrow, it'll expand for you. So I'm going to find RI 4.1 and 4.2. So I'm going to expand RI. And then I also have to expand RI1 to populate the 4.1. So I'm going to click on that, and I can see that I've added it, and there's 417 items. I'm going to do the same thing for 4.2. So I'm going to click on that, and there'll be 218 items. So after I select my standards, I'm going to click Save and Close. So those are my selected standards. And then I'm going to click Apply Filters. So now I have my filters applied, and it's going to think for a minute, but you can see that now I have 529 items that align with the parameters. So when I scroll down, I see the first passage, and I see all of the items related to that passage or linked to that passage. You can see the standard and the question. So I can go through and click on each individual question if I want to, or I can go up here and click Select All, and it'll select all 14. All right, so if I wanted to select another passage, I can click on this little up arrow, and it'll kind of roll those questions up, and then I can see my next passage. So this one has 14 as well. If I don't like that passage, I can roll up those questions and go to my next passage. And you can go find some passages that you like. Once you've completed that and chosen the ones that you want, over here you want to click on Item Actions and Add to Test. Either find a test that you already have created. So if you wanted to add this passage to another test you'd already started, or you can create a new test with these items. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new test with these items. And then you get all these options. So I'm going to go ahead and name it. All right. And then I'm going to choose a subject. These are just all the parameters that you have to fill out. For right now. I'm not going to do a different, I'm going to do a shared classroom assessment. So if my other colleagues want to find this, I can. You can keep all the other test defaults the same. It is fine. If you want to change any of these, you're more than welcome to. So just for time's sake, I'm going to say generate test. And then you'll come to the screen that looks very familiar, and you'll see all your items listed. So I just chose one passage in these, and I chose all 14 items. So now I can go through and I can edit any of these items if I need to change the font, make it bigger, change any words in there, and you have your answer choices, and then I can save this, or I can return to test details. I'm going to save my changes. So right now I'm in a private draft, so if I need to make any final edits, if I want to switch around the order, and you can see the standard right there. So these are 4.1, 4.2. Looks like for the most part these are 4.1s and 4.2s. And then you would just go through the process of scheduling it.